Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I just want to tap in real quick. I've been having really great energy. Overall, it's just been like miracle on miracle on miracle as far as like in these readings and like the messages that are coming out. It's just like be prepared for your blessings, get in position to receive. Okay, definitely divine feminine energy is shining, and I mean that for both the men and women. You know, if you can get in your divine feminine energy, it is like such a great power right now. It's powerful right now. It's getting the recognition that it deserves, and we're seeing how we're able to manifest, you know, through magnetism and attraction. Okay, so yay. I just really want to tap in. We're gonna start with the Life Remedies deck this morning. Let's just go straight into the message. Fairies, it's time for play. It's time for that mystical thing. I'm saying your dreams are about to become a reality, and it's gonna have to unfold because, but the quicker, the bigger your belief is, the quicker things are going to manifest. So if you really believe, like, bro, I can go from 0 to 60, I can go from 9 to 5 to entrepreneur, from, you know, $2,000 a month to $10,000 a month, or even to I can make $1 million this year. If you can start thinking like that faster, the more faster. So in fact, it is time. Let's just go straight for like, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Okay, just get into that energy of I'm a millionaire. And you don't have to actually have $1 million to feel like a millionaire. What does it feel like to be a millionaire? Well, it feels like freedom. It feels like I can just get up and make a decision. It feels like I can just do whatever I want to do, you know, go wherever I want to go, make whatever plan I want to plan, have that whatever experience. To be real, you could do that with $100,000. For most people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can start living like a millionaire with 50 racks in your pocket. Okay, maybe not like a millionaire with 50 racks, but I'm just saying, like, as long as it's flowing, if you keep 50,000, it's like, doesn't mean that you have to have a whole, you know, million. Nobody's spending $1 million every day. Okay. So yeah, just get into it. It's about your mindset. I'm feeling really hot all of a sudden. It's like a mindset of like the possibility and believing that it's real for you. Fairies with that Tinkerbell energy. I always think about fairies as like working really hard. It's also that springtime energy. So expect this miracle in the springtime. These miracles, excuse me, by Gemini season, you're going to know exactly. By Gemini season, you'll really be able to see more of God's plan and what he's trying to do for you right now. Like what this next level it really consists of. You're going to have more understanding. I feel like you're going to already have like received some form or first stage of these miracles, whatever. By Gemini season, you're going to know what's up and be living in it. Okay. As far as this new phase in life, your tinctures, I've never really understood. I wrote this down. I created this, but it's like I never really understood like how to understand the energy of a tincture. Like, how do you? It's like a perfect mixture, the perfect antidote. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. It's like the antidote. Okay, so you're definitely gonna. It's like feel like that's prayers answered. The antidote, the formula. Okay, the sauce for what it is that you need moving forward. Okay, for these dreams to come true. Yeah, crown chakra. So I feel like you are receiving like downloads and instructions, lots of guidance for getting yourself in position. Okay, so just follow your intuition and follow your intuition. But sometimes, like, when you're not used to following your intuition, it's kind of like scary, or you don't know like what voice to hear, you know. So really get into prayer, because it's like when you know that you've prayed about a situation and then, you know, something comes up, like a door opens or an opportunity appears after you've already prayed for something, you can be confident in like accepting it or going forward, because you know you already put it out there. So you know, like, God's not here to lead you astray. Yes, we do be getting like tested and tempted sometimes, but it's not to lead you astray. So if you, it's really those tests and temptations are really just to send you back to God. Are you going to go back to God and pray and say like, okay, like, is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this the way? Is this the person? You know what I'm saying? And so just stay in prayer, a continuous prayer, so that you can, what do you need? Because what do you need?
Can I get something on the game?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry guys, I was distracting. I heard him coming and I tried to stay focused, It's just like, it's hard. Well, you know your kid is coming. Talking about, can I get something on the game? I feel like I'm getting something on the game every other damn day, so no. I don't need nothing on the game. You need game them books I bought, okay? Ain't read a single book. I'm gonna build them a little library. Shadow work. Shadow work. So definitely making sure that you're like working through your fears, letting go of fears, even the waiting period. I feel like it's a time. I feel like it's a time for like testing, right? But like also it helps you to like regulate your nervous system and just be like, okay, like I'm cool, I'm collected, I'm not anxious, I'm good, I'm trusting. And it really allows you to like calm your energy down. Okay, so, but you know, once you, by working through this shadow work, okay, by working through this energy, you're able to calm yourself down. So you have to be honest with yourself. Like, what's bothering me? What am I afraid of? Why do I feel like maybe this is not going to happen for me? You know, why do I feel like, you know, so just work through those things, because, it's really deeply rooted there. It's not at the surface. Like, even me, I've been having, just in the last day or so, I was thinking about my mother who passed, and she was very evil to me. I actually want to get on here and start like telling the story, and as I was trying to contemplate like, how do I tell the story, it's like I almost didn't have the words for it, you know. And anyways, I was just peeling back the layers in my own mind, just doing the shadow work of like, you know, what do I actually feel? You know, what's my problem? What's disappointing me? What's making me sad? You know what I'm saying? Just about my connection with her and everything. And so, you know, a lot of times when we keep it on the surface, you will be like, I'm actually okay, you know, and I am actually okay. But then it's like we break it down, and underneath, you know, like, let's ask our inner child. That's something that was this morning, is that like, I'm like, on the surface, I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Okay. Because I know my adult self, that's what I'm saying. My adult self, based on events that actually occurred and everything, I'm like, right? But my inner child, my child self, doesn't feel like that. My child self is like, well, why? Like, how could you do this? How could you be this way? How could this happen? You know what I'm saying? And that is something that I was able to realize. I was just like, grieving her death has been so strange for me, because my relationship with her was, I don't know whether to call it absent or toxic, but we're going to call it toxic, because there was a lot of stuff that went down in the end, you know? And so it was very toxic, our connection, okay? Let's not even call it a relationship. Our connection was very toxic. And so it's been hard to grieve. I never thought that I would be like in this place. Like, never. But I really do want to start talking about it and sharing what actually happened to me, but it's like so hard to articulate. And so that's part of the shadow work, okay? It's part of the shadow work, is being able to say, like, to even be able to speak it, because sometimes it'd be like right there in your mind, but you don't even want to say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so weird. So we want to make sure that we're clearing out that dark energy, or we're balancing it, we're recalibrating it, you know, because the fact that you went through something doesn't make you a dark person. It just aroused fears. Okay, the basis of evil is actually fear. Okay, I wouldn't even say it's greed. It's fear. The base of all evil is fear. And so childhood trauma aroused fear in you, and now you have these fear responses, and so you want to make better choices for yourself, and understand yourself better, and free yourself from automatic fear-based responses. You know, and fear-based responses are not always just getting angry. Some fear-based responses can also very much be like people-pleasing, okay? Overcompensating. Water. So, you know, having to purify this. I have chakra, shadow work, crown chakra, shadow work, and water. I just feel like purifying and cleansing. Purify and cleanse your energy. Like, let it all out in the open, and then redecide how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like previously, using my situation with my mother as an example, at times I've said or thought or felt that, like, you know, I'm not even grieving, or I don't care about my mother's death, and how I felt like that was strange. But you know, as I work, as the feelings arise and I work through it, I can realize now, well, that's not really true. I'm not uncaring about my mother's death. I actually love my mother very, very much. And that I'm very disappointed with how everything turned out. So instead of me having the, I don't care, you know, which is not authentic, it's just fear. I don't want you to know my feelings. I don't want you to know you've hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Type energy, to being more balanced and honest and authentic, and being like, you know, I hate how this went down, and this situation is very disappointing for me. Just because you don't have to like undisappoint yourself. You know, maybe the next phase will be that well, let me make my point. I wanted to say that it's okay to be disappointed, okay? Like, you don't have to turn your frown upside down every time you're doing shadow work. That's not what this is about. It's honestly about being authentic and putting it in a place where you can handle it. Now, if something's making you really angry and affecting your life in a negative way, right? Or you're becoming very depressed because you're disappointed all the time, well, then you need to recalibrate. You know, well, why are you feeling this way? You know, and then also you could decide, you know, I'm just disappointed about that. And you can set that down for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, and then come back and be like, you know what? I'm not disappointed, because life experience taught me that everything happens for a reason. You know, so now I go back to, now when the retrograde comes up and the shadow work of the same issue arises, now the recalibration is different. Okay? And it should be different, because we're never in the same place twice. Like, sometimes it trips me out about the date, about how we'll never get, like, this day, March, I believe it's the 7th, no, 18th, March 18th, 2025. It will never be March 18th, 2025, ever, ever, ever again. And, like, even though we rotate around the sun in seasons, like, we're in a vortex, right? So it's like, our Earth is never in the same place ever again. Like, yes, we're rotating around the sun, right? We experience seasons, but the sun is in its own orbit in the solar system. galaxy, universe, something. Okay, it's also orbiting. It's moving constantly. So it it's okay if you change. Everything is always changing. It's okay if you change how you feel. That doesn't mean that you're not being truthful because you're growing or recontemplating or, you know, a situation. Wands. I feel like this is getting your energy up. Yeah, recalibrating your energy. I'm about to just make a little picture right here. I'm gonna pull two more cards. Yeah, you're like recalibrating your energy, getting yourself prepared for a launch. Yeah, so you may still be in hermit mode, or you may be like coming out of it. You may be feeling revved up. I know for sure there was definitely a shift with the full moon. That week of the full moon, I definitely was just like, you know, and it's like, it seemed like it was very much in alignment with like the sun coming out, but I don't know. We're not all in the same climate. So you tell me, like, how did you feel around the full moon? Did you feel like a shift? I know for me, I felt like I was struggling to get my new year energy up. Which makes sense because it was not the true new year, okay? But until March 21st. But I had that shift the week of this last full moon. So energy going up, getting back into my creative spark, but just really just like overall energy, like being like, okay, I'm ready, like to start over, to make changes, to push myself out of my comfort zone. Angels, yeah, so you're surrounded, protected, and guided. Okay, so this energy is not like, oh, like it has purpose. It is intentional. It is intentional to push you in this or that direction. So when we go through the retrogrades and the different solar system phenomena, you know what I'm saying, astrological changes and stuff like that, like it's all intentional to impact us as people so that we can transmute energy. Okay? All right, last card. Swords. Okay, so your mind. Okay, so change the way you feel. So this shift, retrograde energy, because retrograde, a lot of times we think about like, oh my God, our exes are coming back, or, you know, da 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 da. But it's really, you can use the power of the retrograde to, especially if you're like an experienced person, aka older, where you've had like a lot of experience, to where you can go back to a time where things were really good. Imagine that. Like everybody be like, the retrograde. It's like you could actually go back to a time when you were feeling really inspired, when you were working really hard, when you had a really great idea. You know, like when you felt like the world was your oyster. You can retrograde back to that time and allow that to propel you. So I don't know how long the retrograde is supposed to last. Let's say 2 weeks, okay? 2 weeks. Maybe it's a month. I don't know. You could literally use that nostalgic pullback, remember the times energy to start that business again, to actually push forward on that business idea. Actually, I had started this deck of cards years ago, embarrassingly, years ago, and it was a really great idea. It's unique. Okay, I've never seen a deck like it. It's fun. I think it'll be great, right? But I don't know, I lost inspiration or whatever. I just felt like I couldn't finish it. You know, I was struggling at the time. Like, I just was like, fuck, like, I don't feel creative. But I was working through so much witchcraft at that time when I was trying to pop this off. So I just struggled and ended up just sitting there. But thank God for Canva. Just got my artwork just sitting there. And at the time, I only had like 20 cards made. Man, got that good shifty energy. Now I got 75 cards. I only wanted 54. And now I got 75. So it's a full card deck, you know, because an oracle deck would be like 54 cards, you know, and it's an oracle deck. But shit, I got 75, so who cares? You can have as many as you want to, but you know, but it's like inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And so we're not all the way done. Still have to do artwork. I got the words on there. Now I gotta do art. But it's been fun. It feels good. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, like that's one of those things. Like, go back to that idea. I seen this video that I didn't watch the video, but the title has come across my feed on YouTube like a couple of times, and it said something about we are starting over 2017 again. I probably should watch that video to know why, what the heck. But just take this as it resonates. Something about whatever shift time vortex energy we're in right now. Like something was significant about the year 2017, and I agree because it was a very significant year in my life. That's why that video really caught my attention. I was like, and so think back to what you were doing in 2017, your mindset, what it is that you desired, you know, what you were going for. I know that in 2017, New Year's, I set intentions to become a millionaire. And it was very significant for me at the time because I was coming out of being very religious and believing that money was the source of all evil or whatever. And I had gone through, you know, I was homeschooling, I was homesteading, I was like making everything from scratch, you know what I'm saying? And I got burnt out on it, and I was just like, fuck. Even though the belief and understanding that food, shelter, and clothing grows from the ground, that really got me through some broke times, okay? But also, you know, it's also inspired me to become a creator, to work with nature, to become more one with nature, right? I was like, this would be a hell of a lot easier if I was a millionaire and I could just buy the land and then I could get some help out here trying to till this thing because these porch container plants are not doing very well. You know, I was like, I still want to do all the homesteading, natural stuff. It's just like, you need money to do a lot of stuff. This is America, you know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, well, I'll just be a millionaire and then I'll just do good stuff, you know? And so it was just, that was me 2017. And it was significant because I had been just learning about like how to manifesting money. That was like what I was learning on YouTube. And I had finally decided like, I'm going to go for it. So I was like, they're like, you have to heal your inner child to heal your root chakra if you want to be able to attract money. If not, you're fucked. Well, I'm adopted. Okay. And the relationship that I had with my mother was like, we hadn't talked in 10 years at the time. So, so I started doing these inner child healing videos, like meditations. And I do remember like, and like Kundalini too, I was just like into it. I was just trying to learn. I do remember kind of having like this Kundalini experience. And I remember this particular inner child healing video, which I really, really wish I could like go back and find and like listen to because it was so good. And just to recommend because it was so perfect, like the way it was expressed. But I ended up, after not, like, I made the intention to be a millionaire. I was like, I'm gonna heal my inner child. I started doing the videos, started learning to meditate. And then I started putting videos out. And that's when I got in contact with my mother contacted me and we like went through this whole, we tried to rekindle our relationship. We actually had a good time for a little bit and then it all fell apart. And that's the prerequisite to the craziness that I experienced the last 2 years since my grandmother's passing. And then ultimately to my mother's death. And so, you see how that happened? I said, I want to be a millionaire. I started doing the work to heal my inner child. The work appeared physically. It wasn't like just working through my feelings. No, I had to really I ended up like really doing the work. Like I never knew the work. Like I'm just now coming out of it like, oh shit, I did the work. That I was supposed to heal I did it. You know, like this shift I just went through where I'm like, you know, it's been years. It wasn't just like, oh, you did the work. No. So I hope that didn't sound too rambly and like that you were able to receive that. But it's all about your mindset. Okay? So the fairies are going to help you work through your inner work, inner child, and just inner self, helping you to create that perfect tincture or antidote for your pain that increases your energy and develops your mindset. Okay, so that's basically what's happening, is that shadow work you're going to do is going to help increase your energy and strengthen your faith, you know, and belief system in what it is that you actually want to, you know, in the direction that then you believe that you can have this, that, or the other. Okay? So thank you so much for being here with me. I will talk to you soon. And please like and share and subscribe. I appreciate that. Peace.